Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Misty. Today's yoga will be just in all levels. You can always modify anything you need to, skip anything you need to. Um, I'm going to be offering up an arm balance later on. We're going to be working on 8 angle pose today. But again, you can skip it. You can just do everything up until that point if you'd like. Or maybe you try it. You might surprise yourself if you've never done arm balances before. Sometimes they can be challenging, a little scary, but you don't know unless you try. So I just ask that you just listen to your body. Never pain in your practice. Anything that does cause you pain, I want you to back out of it some or come out of it altogether. Feel free to use any props, blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books, blankets, pillows, whatever you need. And at the end, we'll be taking Shavasana at the very end of class today. Shavasana means corpse pose. It's a resting pose. I will guide us into it. We'll be in it for a little bit, but then I'll start to bring you back out of it. If you are not ready to come out of it, know that you can always stay in it as long as you'd like. Traditional Shavasana can be anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. You can use any props that you'd like, any essential oils, any music that you'd like. You set up your space for you and what's comfortable for you. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and start on our backs today. Right, if you need to, you can always place a book or a block or a pillow underneath your head. Right. And you can get comfortable as whatever you'd like. I'm going to come into Supta Baddha Konasana, supine bound ankle pose, soles of the feet together. But you can take any seat or any laying position that you would like. Maybe allow your eyes to gently close. You can always keep the eyes open, just soften the eyes. In this position, I'm going to place one hand over my heart, one hand over my belly, and just start to tune in. Tune in to your breath, tune in to your body. Maybe you're doing this at the end of the day, and it's just been a day today. Just start to let go of the day. Maybe you're starting it first thing in the morning. See if you can just let whatever's going to happen in your day, let it go for a little while and really take this time for you. This practice can help just restore your body, your mind, your spirit even. There's a lot going on in the world. It can really wear on your body and your mind. So start to settle in, feeling your breath without it controlling anything, not needing to change anything in this moment. Feel the points of contact of your body on your mat. And allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Let the shoulders relax. Forehead starts to soften. Excuse me. Forehead starts to soften. The eyes soften. Maybe you've already started to lengthen your inhales and exhales, breathing a little deeper. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and think of breathing into your belly and your chest. If your hands are there, you can breathe into your hands. Feel that expansion. Exhale, open the mouth, let it go. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth, let it go. And then sealing the lips and start to breathe in through the nose and out of the nose. This is your prana, your life force. Taking the time to fill the body up with your breath. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for your practice. Maybe it's for your day. You think of that now. Start to let the thoughts float in and out. And start to be in this moment. If your hands are at your belly or your chest, let's start to remove them. Your knees are out. Let's bring them together. Let's draw the knees in towards your chest. And we're going to take outward knee or hip circles. So we're going to circle the knees out and back in. And then we're going to reverse that direction. It's nice and easy. And then start to come back to your center. Let's extend the legs straight up towards the sky and point and flex the feet a few times. You can circle the feet in one direction. And circle the other way. And coming back to stillness. Let's draw the knees back in towards the chest. Maybe this time forehead towards your knees. Breathe in. And on your exhale, full body stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arms. And then again, let's draw the knees back in toward our chest. And we're going to end up in a tabletop position. So if you like, you could rock and roll a few times the length of your mat, or however you like to arrive there. We're going to come onto our hands and knees. And as you come onto your hands and knees, you really want to feel the connection of your palms, your feet, your shins on the mat. Rotate the elbows out a little bit. And we'll go through some cat-cow movements. As you breathe in, let the belly soften. Lift your chest and eyes. And exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, belly softens. Lift the chest, the eyes, arching through the spine. And exhale, rounding through the spine. And just flowing back and forth with your cat-cow movements. Letting the tongue release from the roof of the mouth. Let's take a few more. If you like to, you can invite any other movement here. Maybe you want to circle your hips. You can always stretch out your wrist a little bit if you like. You can rock forward and backwards. Just any other movement that would feel good here in this few more moments that we're here. And then when you're ready, you're going to make your way back into your neutral tabletop. From here, we're going to take our left leg out to the side, rooting down through your left foot. Going to walk the hands out some and press the hips back. Getting that inner thigh stretch. And then we'll come back up. And bring our hands back underneath our shoulders. Take that left leg, swing it around over to the right. Tuck the toes under. Maybe glance back at that left foot. And then let's come back to tabletop. Okay. And then we're going to take our right leg out to the side. Root down through that right foot. Walk the hands out and press the hips back. Getting into that inner thigh, hips. We'll come back up, hands right underneath your shoulders. Swing that right leg over to the left. Tuck the toes under, press that heel away. Look back at your right foot. And then we'll come back to our tabletop position. Okay. Let's hug the belly button in. We're going to step back into a plank position. You can be on your toes. You can always stay on your knees, shifting the hips forward a little bit. Or tuck the toes, full body plank. Look towards the top of your mat. Let's hold in your plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press back down dog. Hips lift high. Your heels do not have to come all the way down to the mat. Have a little micro bend in your knees. Active through the palms, press the mat away. Stay still, or maybe you pedal out the feet. Now, if you get lightheaded or dizzy or have vertigo, you can always come back to your tabletop position. Let's take a couple more breaths in our down dog. Pressing the chest back towards your thighs. Lift your hips towards the sky. Then we're going to roll back out into that plank position again. Core is engaged. Press the mat away. Let's hug the elbows in toward our body like they're glued to our side, and we're going to lower our chest down between our hands. Press the toenails into the mat. Hands stay right underneath your shoulders. Inhale for a cobra pose. Shoulders back and down. You can start off small, a little baby cobra, if that feels better for your body. Maybe have some popping like it just happened to me. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's lower back down. Tuck the toes. Press up into plank or tabletop and back into your down dog. Let's inhale high onto our tippy toes and start to tiptoe to the top of our mat. We're going to come into a standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Feet about hip width apart or 2 fists width apart. You can bend the knees as much as you need to here. Just letting gravity take over. You can let the arms dangle. Maybe you hold elbow to elbow. Maybe you sway a little side to side. Shake out the head, yes and no. Just let go. Let's take a halfway lift on your inhale. Palms slide up the legs, about halfway. Lengthen through the spine. Hug the belly button in. Exhale, release and fold. And again, inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold. You're going to slowly roll all the way up. Think vertebrae by vertebrae, stacking the vertebrae. Shoulders over your hips. Coming into Tadasana, your mountain pose. While here, let's roll those shoulders back and down the spine a few times. And then let the chin come down to the chest. And we'll rock the head a little right and left. And then coming back up nice and tall. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. Maybe look up between your hands. And let's cactus the arms, maybe a little baby back bend. Inhale, reach. And let's go back into that forward fold, hinging from your hips. Nice long spine. Just let it go. Halfway lift, breathe in. And exhale, fold. We're going to step our left foot back, coming into a runner's lunge. Pressing that left heel to the back of your mat. Lifting your chest, lengthen through the spine. Relax your shoulders. From here, let's lower that left knee down. We're going to walk our right foot over to the right edge of our mat. Both hands are in the inside of the foot. Lizard lunge. You can stay on your palms. Let me scoot back a little bit more. You can be on your palms, or you could come down to your forearms. You can even have your forearms on a block or a book. Focus on your breath. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Then let's start to come back up onto our palms. Let's walk that right foot back to the center. We're going to come up into our warrior two. Rooting down through that back foot. Build that foundation with your feet. The mat's a little slippy here. Bending into that right leg. Right knee stacked over your ankle, reaching those arms out. Now in your warrior two, you want your shoulders over your hips, ears over your shoulders. Making one straight line from the front fingertips to the back fingertips. And then lower that left hip down and forward. Nice and strong. Peaceful warrior. Let's take that right arm up and over. We're going to come into our side angle and rest that right arm lightly on that right thigh. Left arm reaches up towards the sky or maybe up and over your ear. Keep lowering that left hip down and forward. We're not dumping all our weight in that right side. We're lifting up through the left side. Maybe you turn and look towards that left underarm. Squeeze the inner thighs together. Engage your glutes and your core. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to come back up, warrior two, nice and strong. Let's find a 5-pointed star. And then into goddess. Toes out, heels in. Going to lower the hips down. Cactus the arms. Press the knees towards your pinky toes. Nice and strong. Just keep lowering the hips. Relax those toes. Take a breath in. Breath out. Inhale, let's come up. 5-pointed star. Revolve side angle to the back of our mat. Right hand comes down. I'm going to open up towards that left leg. Find that twist. Press that left hip back. Lower that right knee down. Maybe those arms reach up, Anjaneyasana. Or you can keep the hands down on the mat or your thigh. Keep sinking the hips down and forward, making sure that left knee is not going over your toes. If it is, shift that left foot forward a little bit. Take a breath in, breath out. Plant the hands, half split. Let's shift the hips back. Flex the left toes toward your face. Press that left hip back. Lengthen through your spine and fold over that left leg. We're going to bend back into that front leg. Pyramid pose. I'm going to step the right foot up about halfway. Your feet are on railroad tracks, so that right foot's not directly behind your left foot. You're going to press your left hip back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over that left leg, forehead towards your knee. Okay, now step that right foot back in a runner's lunge. Left leg's going to lift up, three-legged dog. Bend that left leg, open up through that left hip. Then draw that left knee in towards your belly button, knee to nose. Back up, 3-point. Left knee to left tricep. See if you can tap that tricep. Back up. Let's take it over to the right tricep. And back up. Okay, we're going to look forward, step or help that left foot up between your hands. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right foot meets your left, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Maybe a baby back bend. Cactus the arms here if you like. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Let's take that halfway lift again. And exhale, fold. We're going to step our right foot back, runner's lunge. Left knee stacked over the ankle, lift your chest, lengthen through the spine. I'm going to walk that left foot over to the edge of the mat. Lower the right knee down, lizard lunge. Hands are on your palms or your forearms or something in between, maybe a block or a book. Relax the shoulders. You should feel that inner thigh hip stretch here. Focus on your breath. And we'll come back up onto our palms. We're going to walk that left foot back to the center. We're going into our warrior two. Okay. Bending into that left leg. Reaching those fingertips away from each other. Hug the belly button in and up. Keep lowering that right hip down and forward. Press that left knee towards your pinky toe. Peaceful warrior. Right arm up and over. Going into our side angle. Okay, we're not dumping weight into that left side. Reach up with that right arm or maybe over your ear. Root down through the knife edge of that back foot. Maybe turn and look towards your right underarm. We're going to come back up, warrior two. Goddess pose, toes out, heels in. Let's cactus those arms. Right. Nice and strong. Keep lowering the hips down. Press the knees away. Hug the belly button in. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Revolve side angle. Left hand comes down. I'm coming back to the front of the mat, opening up towards that right leg. Press your right hip back. Lower the left knee down. Hands can always stay down on the mat, or those arms lift up, sinking the hips down and forward. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's plant the hands. Shift the hips back. Half split. Flex the right toes towards your knee. Press that heel away. Lengthen through your spine. Press that right hip back. And bend back into that right leg. Back in your runner's lunge. Right leg lifts up, 3-point. Bend the right leg, scorpion tail, open up. Draw that right knee in towards your belly button, knee to nose. Back up. Right knee to right tricep. Maybe it taps that tricep. Back up. Let's cross over to the left. And back up. Step that right foot forward. Back in your runner's lunge. Take a breath in. Breath out. Left foot meets your right. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. We're going to sit back in a chair pose. Press the hips back. Your arms can be lifted or maybe hands to your heart. You're sitting back towards your heels. Toes are slightly lifted. Core's engaged. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then fold forward. Let it all go. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Step back into your plank. Hold your plank. Look towards the top of your mat for 5, 4, awesome, 3, 2, 1. Hug the elbows in, shift forward. Maybe this time you only lower halfway, chaturanga, or all the way down. Inhale, come up for up dog. Up dog, the only things that are touching the mat are your palms and the tops of your feet, or your cobra where the thighs are down on the mat. And then back into your down dog. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Lower the knees down, grab a little sip of water, and then we'll end up in a child's pose for a couple of breaths. So your child's pose, knees could be together or wide. Reach the hips back. Forehead comes down wherever it's resting. It's resting. Relax your shoulders. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. Let's take a breath in and breath out. Let's come back up into our tabletop and then back into our down dog. Hug the belly button in, press the mat away, hips lift. Inhale high onto the tippy toes. Let's tiptoe to the top of our mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Palms come through to your heart. Relax the shoulders. We're going to come into Malasana, our yoga squat. So we're going to start to take just like goddess pose, except our stance isn't as wide. The toes are coming off the mat. The heels are on the mat. We're going to slide down an imaginary wall. I'm going to turn towards you so you can see. Working our elbows to our inner thighs. You might not be here today, and that's okay. You take it to where you can take it today. Maybe you're even sitting on some props here. Press the elbows against the inner thighs against the elbows. You can stay here, or right hand comes out to the side, left arm reaches up, open up. Bring the hands back to center. Left hand goes out, right arm reaches up, open up. Come back to center. Hold here, take a breath in, breath out. Release the hands down, lift the hips, shake it out. We're going to walk our feet in about hip width apart. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, reset. Exhale, fold. We're going to step that left foot back. We're going back into our lizard lunge. Let's walk that right foot over to the edge. Now I'm going to add on to this lizard lunge. You don't have to. I'm going to take that right arm. I'm going to take it underneath my right leg. My right hand comes to the outside of my right foot. I might come down on that left forearm. Right? You don't have to take that right arm underneath your right leg. You can skip that part if you need to. It's your lizard lunge. I'm going to add on to this. I'm going to bring that right hand back around, left hand down, bend that left leg, reach back for that left foot with my right hand as I sink the hips down and forward. This might not be accessible to you today, and that's okay. You don't have to take this bind. And then release that left foot down. Let's walk the right foot back to center. Come up into your runner's lunge, and then warrior two. So in warrior two, it's an open hip posture. Right heel lines up with the middle of your back foot. Reach those arms out. We've been here before. Peaceful warrior, right arm up and over. Keep lowering that left hip down and forward. Coming into our side angle again. Now, if you have binds or bird of paradise here, you're more than welcome to take those. I'm not going to walk through those a whole lot today. Another time, maybe we'll go through bird of paradise. But if you have binds in your practice, feel free to take them, half or full. I'm going to take a half today. Maybe look up towards, again, that left underarm, left shoulder. If you're in bird of paradise, take your time. If you have a bind, release your bind. We're going to come back into peaceful warrior. Now I'm going to add half moon here. So you can always use a block for your right hand or a book. Half moon, it's still an open hip posture. It's balanced posture. I'm going to root down through my right foot. I'm going to bring the right hand down to the block, the book. Maybe you hover it. I like to hover my right hand. Left hip is stacked on top of the right. Core is engaged. Left arm might reach up. Your gaze, your drishti can be down at your mat, or maybe you start to look up towards the sky. Breathe. Core is engaged. Your right foot should be pointed directly to the top of your mat, not twisting in that right foot. And then as slow as we can, we're going to come back into warrior two. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now we're going to go into skandasana to the back of the mat. So I'm going to start to bend. It's a lateral lunge. Bend into that left leg. I'm going to bring my hands down to the mat first or a block. Right leg extends, flex the right foot. Now you can always bring your hands to your heart, or if you have any other variations here, you're more than welcome to take them. Breathe. And then we're going to come into revolve side angle to the back of the mat. Right hand comes down. Open up towards that left leg. Press that left hip back. Bringing that left hand down. I'm going to take that left leg, 3-point, lift it up. Bend that left leg. If you would like to flip your dog here, feel free to flip. Bringing that left leg back up, 3-point. We're going to take that left knee over towards the right tricep. Fall in triangle. Shoot that left leg through. Right arm reaches up. Maybe you even hover that left leg. Right hand comes down, left leg lifts up, 3-point. Left knee to left tricep. Back up. And then draw it in towards your belly button. And back up. Step or help that left foot up between your hands, runner's lunge. Lower the right knee down. Low lunge, breathe in. Sinking those hips down and forward. Relax your shoulders. We did a lot right there. Release the hands down. Shift your hips back, half split or full split. Right, bending back into that front leg. I'm going to walk my left foot over to the edge of the mat, but then I'm going to walk my left foot over to my right wrist for my pigeon pose. Bringing that left knee behind the left wrist. Working that right leg back behind you. Squaring off the hip points. So I'm not dumping. I'm not sitting into my left hip like this. If I'm doing that, I want to support that left hip in some shape or form so my hip points can both be facing forward. And then you can stay upright or you can fold forward. Now, if this variation of pigeon does not feel good for your body, you can come onto your back And it would be your left leg on top of your right. So my left ankle is on my right thigh. And then you could also bring the hands behind the right thigh and draw the legs in towards the chest. Or you could keep that right foot down and press that left inner thigh away. So this is another variation of pigeon if on your belly does not work for your body. Okay, take a couple more breaths. Keep pressing that left hip back. Let the tongue release from the roof of your mouth. And I'm going to come back up onto the palms. All right. Now, this is where we're going to work on our 8-angle pose. So you're going to stay the length of your mat. I'm just going to turn so you can see. So when I come out of pigeon, I'm going to bring this right leg around. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a rock the baby with the right leg. So my left hand is on my right foot. My right hand's on my right knee. You can be right here, rocking the baby. Now, if you're able to cradle that leg like you are rocking a baby, you could do this. Right here. Now, you can stay right here. I'm going to walk us through 8-angle pose on this side. What I'm going to end up doing is taking my right leg, like I'm putting my backpack on. It's not all the way over my shoulder, it's close to my shoulder. I'm going to squeeze that tricep so that my right leg stays up. Left foot on top of the right. I'm going to flex the feet. I have a feeling this is not going to work out today. There we go. Legs go out to the right. And I'm coming forward. I have chaturanga arms. So chaturanga arms, like you're doing a tricep push-up. Okay, that's chaturanga arms. All right, let's walk through it one more time. Okay, so if we have rock the baby, if we're here, we can stay here. We can start to take that right leg, put it over close to our shoulder. Then I'm going to squeeze that tricep with my right leg because I have to release my hands down. You could also place 2 blocks underneath your hands. I'm going to bring my left foot on top of my right. So I'm kind of wrapping those feet, flexing the feet, lift your bum, and then, I don't know what my struggle is today, legs go out to the right. Okay, 8-angle pose. So maybe try it one more time while I grab a little drink of water. We will be doing that on the other side if you want to try it. Okay, you can always let me know how that went for you. Okay, if you have any questions about that, always feel free to reach out. All right, so come back down on your seat. We're going to end up back in our down dog, however you like to get there. If you want to take a flow to get into your down dog, you can. I'm going to. I'm going to step back into that plank. I'm going to lower down. So be facing the back of your mat. So you should be facing the back of your mat. I'm going to do a chaturanga, which is like a tricep push-up. Inhale, cobra pose or up dog, and then back into your down dog. All right, we're going to travel to the top of the mat, however you'd like to arrive there. Halfway lift, breathe in, reset. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Let's float the arms up overhead. Palms to your heart center. Just pause here for a moment. Breathe in through the nose, out of the nose. Whether you did that arm balance or not, whether you've taken a moment for child's pose or whatever it is, you are so strong. We gain our strength by honoring where we are, never forcing anything, but actually learning to listen. Let's inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Let's step our right foot back. We're in that runner's lunge, but now we're going to go into our lizard again. Right? Now this is where I'm going to take that left arm, I'm going to take it underneath my leg, my left leg, and bring my left hand to the outside of my left foot. I'm going to lower down to the right forearm. You take it to wherever. I'm going to hold here for a few breaths. You can stay right where you are with your lizard. I'm going to bring my palms back to the inside of the left foot. Bend that right leg, reach back for that left foot for a quad stretch. Still sinking the hips down and forward. And then releasing that leg down, walk the left foot back to the middle of your mat. We're headed into warrior two. Facing the back of your mat, left foot should be forward. Nice and strong through your arms. 90-degree in that left leg. Relax your shoulders. Gaze is soft over that left middle finger. Peaceful warrior. Left arm up and over. And then your side angle. Any variations. Again, binds, bird of paradise if you'd like to take them. I'm going to take a half bind today, just taking that right arm around to the back. Maybe hooking those right fingertips onto that left thigh, or maybe you have that full bind in your practice. Keep lowering that right hip down and forward. And breathe. Take your time in bird of paradise. Release your binds. Let's come back up, warrior two. Right, here's our half moon. So we're going to root down through that left foot. You want your left foot pointing directly to the front of your mat. Sometimes what people want to do is kind of move that foot to try to help compensate the balance, but you don't want to do that. You want to keep your left foot pointing directly forward. I'm going to press off that back foot. Think of a windmill. I'm going to bring that right leg up in line with my right, or my hip. Right shoulder over that left shoulder, core's engaged. Left hand can always come down to the block, the mat, or maybe you hover. Focus and breathe. You got it. You're so strong. And then come back, warrior two. Hold here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Skandasana to the front of the mat. I'm going to bend into that right leg. Straighten the left. Hands on the mat, the block, maybe your heart center, or any other variations. Coming into revolve, side angle to the front of your mat, left hand down. Open up towards that right leg. Left knee comes down. Low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Maybe those arms reach up, sink the hips down and forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Plant the hands. Shift your hips back, half split. Flex the toes towards your face. Press the heel away. Maybe you have that full split. Can always go into your full split. And bend back into that front leg. Right leg's going to lift up, 3-point. Bend the right leg, open up. Maybe you flip your dog here. Right leg comes back up, but then we're going to take that right knee over toward that left tricep. Shoot it through. Fallen triangle, fallen star, however you know it. Right leg comes back up, 3-point. Right knee to right tricep. Keep that core engaged. Back up. Right knee to the belly button, cheetah. Back up. Stepping that right foot forward. Catch your breath for a moment in your runner's lunge. Okay, then I'm going to bring that right foot over to my left wrist. I'm coming into that pigeon on my belly. If you're coming on your back, cross your right leg over your left. Press that right hip back. Square off your hip points. Relax your shoulders. You can stay upright or you could fold forward. Take a breath in. Breath out. You're going to come back up out of this. We're going to bring that left leg around. Again, I'm going to turn toward the camera, but you can stay to the front of your mat. I'm going to start with that rock the baby first. Maybe a hand on the foot and knee, and you're here. Maybe you're cradling your leg like a baby and rock back and forth. Now, if you want to move forward, we're going to practice that 8 angle pose. So I'm going to take that left leg. I'm going to put it up on almost my shoulder like a backpack. Keep the core engaged. Right? I'm going to squeeze that tricep with my left leg so I can bring both hands down. Right foot on top of the left. Here we go. Kind of lean forward. Lift your bum up. Take the legs out to the left. Chaturanga the arms. I'm looking towards my feet. Up. All right, you want to walk through it one more time? Okay, left leg, rock the baby. Okay, keep that core engaged. I'm going to put that left leg close to my shoulder. It's not on my shoulder, all the way up over my shoulders. And then I'm going to squeeze my tricep so I can bring my hands down. I'm going to come forward. Right foot on top of the left. Flex the feet, lift the bum. Ah, my arms are tired. Extend the legs out. There you go. So practice that for a moment. You can let me know how that goes. You can always reach out with questions about that. Again, if it didn't happen today, it is okay. It's just yoga. We're just having fun with this arm balance. All right. Now we're just going to extend the legs out in front of us. Right. Sitting nice and tall. In fact, let's come into our butterfly position. So let's bring the soles of our feet together. Maybe shift the hips a little bit. Sit nice and tall. Breathe in. And then exhale, just let yourself fold. You can round, whatever. Let your head be heavy. Gently pressing the knees towards the ground. Just let go. Just be in this posture now. Everything else is done. We're right here. Let's take a breath in and breath out. And slowly bring yourself back up. Let's just keep our legs this way for just a few more moments and take our arms out nice and wide. I'm going to bring my right arm on top of my left, wrapping my hands around my shoulders. Give yourself a nice tight hug. Hug the belly button in and bring your elbows down towards your belly button. Now let's come up. Let's lift the elbows, reach the arms up, and then again take them out to the side. Left arm on top as we give ourselves that nice big hug. Hands wrap around your shoulders. Hug the belly button in, and then let's round forward, elbows towards the belly button. Inhale, let's lift the elbows. Open up the arms. Bring the hands to the knees. Gently bring the knees together. And then we're going to lower all the way down onto our backs. Let's draw the knees in towards our chest. Give yourself a nice little hug. Rock a little side to side. I'm going to release the feet down on the mat. I'm just going to do one back bend. You could do a bridge, which I'm going to cue. If you have a wheel in your practice, you could take a wheel. You can skip your back bend altogether. You can do a supported back bend with any props underneath of you. Be underneath at your sacrum if you'd like. Walk your heels close to your bum if you're taking bridge. Fingertips towards the heels. Engage your glutes as you inhale, lift your hips. Rolling up towards your shoulders, you're bringing your chest towards your chin. Maybe you even bind your hands here. Bringing the shoulders underneath of you a little bit. Keep those glutes engaged. Keep lifting up. Chest comes toward the chin, not the chin to the chest. Breathe in. And exhale. Let's release and come down. Keep the legs bent. We're going to shift our hips over to the left. We're going to let our legs fall over to the right. They're in that 90-degree angle. Knees and ankles are side by side. Arms go out however you'd like. Whew. Maybe turn your head and look towards the left. Relax the shoulders, just a spinal twist. Let's bring ourselves back up. We're going to shift our hips over to the right. Let your legs fall over to the left. Arms go out however you like. Maybe turn your head and look towards the right. Relax the jaw, the shoulders. Let's come back onto our back. And then from here, any kind of inversion. You can come into a happy baby, hands to the outside or inside of your feet. Pull the knees towards your armpits. Maybe you rock a little side to side. Maybe do legs straight up towards the sky. Maybe there's an inversion here if you'd like to take any kind of, or inversion. Yeah, we are doing inversion. Shoulder stand. If you're doing a shoulder stand, you want to keep your eyes directly towards the ceiling or the sky. You don't want to move your head side to side. And then you can support your back here with your hands, okay, looking up at your feet. And then you can always come into a plow pose, which means bringing the legs down behind you. That's your plow pose. And then you would roll out of it however you want. You can take it as long as you want. If you have headstands or handstands or anything like that you want to take, feel free. Take a moment, just getting the feet above your head and heart. And then when you're ready to come out of that, what we're going to do is draw our knees back in toward our chest. And just like when we first started class, we're going to bring our forehead toward our knees. We're going to roll ourselves into a tight, tight ball. Breathe in and exhale. Full body stretch. Extend the legs, extend the arms. And then we're going to go into Shavasana. So Shavasana is traditionally done on the back. If you want to do legs up the wall, seated, use props, feel free. I'm going to guide us into it. We'll stay in it for a little bit, and then I'll guide us out of it. But again, if you're not ready to come out of it, you do not have to. You can stay in it as long as you'd like. So I want you to take a moment, get comfortable. Use any props that you'd like. Maybe turn some music on. Maybe you have a cool cloth. Maybe you have some essential oils. It is entirely up to you. Just you want to get comfortable because we're trying to be still. We're trying to teach ourselves to be still. Okay. I like my arms by my side, palms facing up to receive the benefits of this practice today. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth. Exhale, let it go. Eyes could be closed or open. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Fill up all the way. Exhale out of the mouth. Release it out. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw, tongue is heavy in the mouth. Maybe the lips gently part open. Relax your fingers and your toes. Soften the belly. Let the ground support you. If you're not ready to come out, stay in it. If you are, start to bring your awareness back to your breath. Maybe a hand on your heart and belly, just for a moment to feel your breath and heartbeat. Knowing that you did something really great for your body today, your mind. Yoga benefits our physical body, our emotional, and our mental body. Start to deepen the breath. Start to wiggle our fingers and toes. Rotate the wrists and ankles. Let's take a full body stretch, a yawn. And we draw the knees back in toward your chest. You can make your way to your right or left side in your fetal position. Maybe use your arm or any props as a pillow. And just pause there for a moment. And then we'll slowly bring ourselves up into our seated position, Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Maybe the eyes remain closed. Just take a moment to settle into your seat. Shoulders back. Inhale, let's scoop the arms up overhead. Bring the palms through to your heart center, Anjali Mudra. Just acknowledging your practice today. Thanking yourself for taking 60 minutes out of a 24-hour day for you today. Let's take one more cleansing breath together. Deep breath in, fill up all the way to the top. And exhale, open the mouth and let it go. Thank you for sharing your practice in this space today. The light in me honors and loves and respects the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining in. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out. Any feedback, always feel free to let me know. I hope you enjoyed today's class. If you're enjoying the videos that you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll continue to provide other videos, gentle, chair, all levels. We'll challenge ourselves with some arm balances and some different things as well. just the opportunity to try something different if you haven't tried it yet. You don't know unless you try. Thank you for sharing your practice today. Have a wonderful day.